Welcome to Brewsers, podcast about beer, coffee, booze, and bruisers. I am your host, Rody John, and today we talk to the Lone Star Kid, Landry Ward. We talk all about him getting into MMA, the world of MMA itself, and so much more. This is a definitely coming up MMA fighter in the Texas area. You are going to love him as soon as you hear about him. Such a great story, and we'll definitely get into it here in a minute. But first, make sure to sign up for our newsletter. It comes out twice a week. You get even more information about our guests. You get fun facts, and you get to find out what's happening with your favorite podcast, all about beer, coffee, booze, and bruisers. So without further ado, here is the Lone Star Kid, Landry Ward. Welcome to the show, Landry Ward, the Lone Star Kid. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing good, man. Yourself?
Doing well. So for those listening, kind of paint us a word picture. Where are you at? What's going on around you?
Right now I'm sitting in my room watching Texas Longhorns win themselves a Big 12 championship.
Oh, are they winning?
Yeah, they're up 42-14 right now.
Holy Jesus.
Yeah, they're trying to make a statement. Try to
a little bit.
The other games play out in their favor. They might get a playoff bid.
There you go. Yeah, I know that's happening. Here in Arlington, Texas, right now, and I saw the video of the Undertaker out there earlier.
Yeah, my brother's actually at the game. Yeah, definitely a fun game to be at.
That is have you been to AT&T Stadium?
Yeah, I actually played 2 high school football games there when I was a kid.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
I've been to some games there as well. Yeah,
Well,
that stadium's awesome.
You have it on 2 different aspects of it now. What was it like playing on the field there?
Yeah, it was awesome. You know, you get obviously not 100,000 people in the stadium, but, a few thousand, and still just playing in that field and walking through the tunnels and the locker rooms and stuff. Like, it was an awesome feeling as a high school kid when, that was my dream at the time, was to make it to the league. So, yeah, it was a very awesome feeling to play there. Get a little taste of being there.
Right, of course, yeah. Now, I mean, obviously you went into mixed martial arts later, but what's your earliest memory of martial arts?
Of martial arts, like, just what my dad used to watch it when I was younger, but I never had any thoughts of fighting or anything. I was always very committed to football. It's funny, I think it was just the funniest thing I remember, so that's why it imprinted on me, was when Rampage Jackson was going to fight Rashad Evans. And they were yelling at each other in the cage, and he was like, and whatever date it is, there's going to be some black-on-black violence. And I don't remember who was interviewing him. I don't remember if it was Rogan or somebody else in there. They just had a look of like, I don't even know what to say right now. And that moment was funny. So I remember that being my first, memory of it.
I was actually at that fight in Vegas, which is actually funny.
Yeah. What arena was it at there? MGM, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I was at MGM at the time.
Yeah, they used to do all the. Didn't they do a show there recently? Like within the past year?
I want to say yes, but normally, obviously, if they're in Vegas, they're doing the team. I think it's T-Mobile. Yeah, T-Mobile or the Apex, but maybe.
Oh, you know who? It was Jan versus Marab.
That's right.
Yeah, because I remember they did, and I was like, when I was watching, I was like, that venue looks different. And then I saw they were there, and I was like, oh, well, I guess they moved out of there because it was a little too small they've made their move up, so now they can sell out T-Mobile and obviously save money with the Apex when they do their fight nights.
True. Well, which is funny because they're doing a fight night tonight as we're recording, and they're going to be in Austin, Texas. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think a couple of my, but my buddies from back home are going to the fights there.
I was thinking about it, and then things just didn't line up, so I couldn't make it. So hopefully the next time they're in Texas.
Yeah. Do you stay in Austin or around?
No, I'm actually in the DFW area.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, next time I'm home, we'll have to grab a beer.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it all day. Well, so how did the transition from football to MMA go?
Oh yeah. So I played varsity high school my junior and senior year. Had a really good junior year, talking to some schools. Then we were projected to be pretty bad my senior year because only like me and 4 other guys were the returning starters, and we were moving up a division. The teams I played against 2 of the top 6 draft picks in the 2019 NFL draft, I think, but countless other people who made it to the league and on practice squads currently. So we were playing against some tough competition, and we were projected to be really bad. I kind of let that get to me. I was friends with a lot of the seniors that were graduating. Kind of partied with them a little too much. My senior season wasn't as good as it should have been, and lost some scholarships. So after that season, I kind of got my head on straight and was training hard, and I was going to try to walk on after I took a year off went to a junior college just for academics, and was going to walk on to University of North Texas after that year. And it was about 4 or 5 months before the walk-on day. I went to an MMA gym just for an extra workout to add to my routine. I heard it was like really strenuous, and it looks fun, so I'll add it. I have some time before I got to go. Ended up getting that competitive itch back, and I did a jiu-jitsu competition like 2 months after training and won it. I was like, well, that was pretty fun. And, I got that competitive itch back, the competitive juices going, and, it was a different type of competition. Obviously, it wasn't full-on fighting yet, but even the jiu-jitsu was really fun at that point. And I was about to leave to college for walk-ons, and I asked my coach, I was like, you think you can give me a fight before I go off to college? And he just laughed, and he was like, no, I want you to train. If you're going to fight, I want you to train for a little bit longer. And that kind of locked in my decision. I ended up just training. I still went to college, and I was about 45 minutes away from the gym I was at. And I would just drive early in the morning, drive down to the gym, train in the mornings, go to my classes. And if I can make it at night, go train at night. And just kind of fell in love with the process that way. Had my first amateur fight. I think I was 9 months training. Lost a split decision, but I arguably won the fight. Whatever. It was an amateur fight, but it was just that was fun. That was it. That felt more like the football competition. Real fighting 1-on-1. Probably maybe 1,000 people in the stands. It was a fun experience and made me want more and made me work harder. And now here we are, like 8 years later. 8-2 as a pro and knocking on the doors of the big leagues.
That's awesome. Now, what does a normal training week kind of look like for you?
Yeah, so I train 6 days a week. Usually it'll be twice a day. Maybe if my body's hurting or something, I might take one of the sessions off, just do one a day. But yeah, 6 days a week, always, split up, and we have our full MMA trainings, our kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, wrestling. So yeah, long weeks, fun weeks. Yeah, and Saturdays are actually my day off. So Saturdays I get to sit down and enjoy some college football when it's in season. Still a huge football fan, so.
Yeah, I imagine, obviously you were a part of it, so the fandom and the love for it is still there. So that's awesome that you still love consuming it on the weekends.
Yeah, the big sports fan.
So you train at Killcliff. How is it training there, and what do you feel like that you've learned the most from training there?
And there's nothing like it. I'm on the mats with high-level training partners, guys who are currently at the top and have been at the top, and then coaches who are world-class coaches. You know, the knowledge and the details that they bring is and teach us is, you know, like insanely valuable. And I don't take a day for granted on those mats. Being able to take in the experience of the fighters who are there, and you know, it's like a family. Even the guys who have been at the top and are at the top, you know, they're good dudes. There's nobody on the mat who thinks they're better than everybody. So you learn a lot, whether it's fighting or, you know, how to handle yourself as a human and high level athlete. So
Love that. Yeah, I was lucky enough to have Coach Jones on the show, and he is a wealth of knowledge, and his wrestling pedigree is just next level in general.
yeah, man, his pedigree is insane, and his ability to coach and teach is insane as well. There's 2 days a week he runs a little small, you know, wrestling skills and drills class, and just in an hour time frame, the bits of knowledge that you can add every single day is amazing. It's great. Wrestling is one of the hardest things to do, and being able to learn from somebody who's so good and did it at the highest level so successfully is, can't take that stuff for granted.
Yeah, he is a great follow on Instagram too, because not only is he funny, but like his motivational speeches that he gives you guys are, you know, that'll just fire anybody up.
Yeah, man, you know, and that's funny because we were actually just at Impa Kasanganai. You know, he just won the PFL light heavyweight tournament. We were at his fight, and Greg and I were sitting on the couch talking, and you know, you see coaches nowadays. I don't know if you're an NFL fan or football fan, but you see coaches in the NFL nowadays. It's kind of took more of a turn to where the coaches are like player friendly coaches. You know, like and he's very good at that. Like, you know, he was an athlete, so he knows how to tap in with athletes and motivate and push you. And yeah, a coach like that is a very valuable coach to have.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing it obviously, you know, with the college football with Deion Sanders. Like, he was a player not only in one sport but two sports on a high level, and the way he's brought that energy that is Deion Sanders in general onto the field with his kids and with the team, and obviously you see it in the back with the press interviews as well. Like, the way that he's brought all that for everybody is just, I think, really not only brought obviously Colorado to another level, but just the college football to another level as well, because, you know, you've got the other coaches that have been there for a long time and they're kind of stoic and you don't really see them, you know, have that much emotion, but there are those coaches that were players, whether they were on high level or not, but they, like you said, know how to tap into those other athletes and really connect with them so that just fires them up, and not only them, but like everybody around them.
100%. Yeah, Deion Sanders is, you know, he's the top coach of, I guess, to display that, the player-friendly coaches. But yeah, Deion Sanders, that man's a golden goose. Everything he touches turns to gold and just gets the eyes on it. And he's a great promoter and a great coach too. Yeah, once Colorado gets the offensive and defensive line, that school is going to be, yeah, they're going to be a hard school to top here in the future, I think.
I mean, they came out, you know, guns blazing, and you know, just, you know, I think it was a lot of hype, and they just, like you said, they need to make sure that both lines are really on the same page and everybody is dialed in. And you know, their record, it wasn't the best, but you know, next year is obviously a different year, so they could be, you know, 1,000 times better from the off season.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with that program in the future.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of losses, you're kind of coming off a loss yourself. Does that kind of fire you up for your next fight?